Name is Jeff Miller, superintendent here at the Harbor Club on Lake Oconee. Been here as superintendent for 2.5 years now. Was previously an assistant for 3 years prior to becoming a superintendent here at this course. Went to Michigan State University, got a bachelor's degree in crop and soil science with the turfgrass option. We have an 18-hole facility with a full practice range and putting green. The course consists of 419 Bermuda grass on tees and fairways and rough, with a few zoysia grass tees mixed in. Our greens are A1, A4 bent grass, which takes some time during the summer months to take care of. Yes, that's a good question. I got into this industry, you know, kind of in that era when golf was big, when Tiger Woods was coming onto the scene. I can remember sitting at home drawing golf holes, and envisioned myself becoming a landscape architect and then pursuing golf course design. I'd always previously enjoyed working outdoors, and once I got to Michigan State and got into the landscape architecture program, they encouraged me to go work on a golf course. That following summer, worked on a golf course, and it didn't take but a couple months, and I knew right then and there that this is where I needed to be, and switched my major the following year, and then that was it. Yeah, our profession has changed profoundly. I've been in it now for about 12-13 years, and I tell you, first and foremost, clubs are becoming way more efficient. Whether it's your labor, the equipment you're using, the grass variety you're using, and then in the forefront, certainly going into the future, is our water and our you know, how we get it, where we're getting it from, and how we're using it. So, you know, irrigation heads, irrigation audits, making sure you're up to par on everything, the latest and greatest stuff, can only help portray our profession in a good light, you know, when you got a lot of government regulations coming down as to the water use with homeowners and golf courses. So. The relationship with the Hunter sales rep has been outstanding. In fact, that was a big part as to why we chose to go with Hunter. Just the relationship I have with Kevin himself and the rest of the staff. You know, they're just a phone call away, and they're there on the spot taking care of any issues we may have or anything we need. So, yeah, certainly the support, you know, from Hunter has been greatly appreciated making the transition. Yeah, I think Hunter's been very innovative with their products, and especially as of late, you know, the 800 model heads with the top access. I think you know, you see some other companies trying to duplicate that now. It was certainly on the forefront. The pilot system, which, you know, we're one of the few ones with it, very new, but the programs and the software, I think, has a lot to offer superintendents. And I look forward to seeing a lot more superintendents using it here in the future, because I think it really is a tool to help you efficiently manage your course and water setup. Yeah, we're a little spoiled here. We live where we're at Lake Oconee here, so we're spoiled with our water resource in that we don't have to worry near as much as a lot of other people do. You know, water is hard to come by. If you're buying it, very expensive. Reuse water, you know, documenting how we use it, and trying to educate people on you know, that we're using it responsibly going forward is extremely important. It had to be the summer 2010, managing bent grass greens. A lot of courses struggled to keep bent grass greens alive in summer 2010. We had some you know, downpours of rain followed by, you know, 100-degree heat, and it kind of just took its toll. You know, when you're doing everything right and you're doing all you can do, and you're looking at a product that doesn't meet your expectations, it's tough. And it's not only tough on the manager, the superintendent, but it's tough on the crew too. Because I think we get a lot of appreciation out of what we do and seeing what we produce. The way you overcame that, I think, and we made it through it, was just keeping a positive attitude. I think anytime you're faced with a challenge, you have to remain positive if you're going to move forward. You have to accept what's come your way and say, okay, what's the next step? And let's move on from here. Learn at every chance possible. Don't be afraid to take on a challenge, even if you're gonna mess up once or twice. Sometimes in our profession, that's how you learn the most. Is when Mother Nature teaches you a thing or two, and then you just come back at it. Keep a positive attitude, and network as much as you can. Meet as many people in the business as you can. Learn as much from them as you can, and I think that will make you a well-rounded superintendent. I'd like to see more participation. Just more golfers in general. Maybe it's there's the whole tee it forward, making golf fun, bringing back the affordability of it to some standpoint. I think getting people out and playing golf, because it teaches so many lessons, is very important. I know growing up when I was playing golf, it taught me a lot of values that you can't get in any other sport. It has to be working with the team. I was a big, I played high school sports, and loved that team aspect, and this just feels like a carryover from that, where you might have a 2-inch rain and the course is destroyed, and you got to go out and clean it all up and get ready for a course-wide shotgun at 12 o'clock. And that camaraderie and that teamwork to get it all done and see it all get done, because it just amazes you you get it done somehow, some way. The team gets it done, and so be able to see that product that you produce, even though some other people might not know what you had to go through to produce it, knowing that you did it and work together as a team, pays you back.